What's up, everybody? I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
This is our podcast,
Wonderfully Difficult.
Well, I guess welcome, everybody. This is first episode number one.
New podcast, new year, new things
goals,
happening.
New goals, new podcast, new stuff. I'm excited about this experience.
Yes.
Hopefully we can spread a little positivity out there,
Right.
We can definitely use some more of that because it's definitely
It's a lot going on.
it's a lot of craziness out there.
Yeah.
But I guess, the reason that we started it or came together and kind of had this idea was so we could, normalize the silent struggles that men go through. I guess kind of giving you a behind the look, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
What goes on up inside of there, because I think a lot of people are not necessarily scared to talk about it. Maybe they don't know how to talk about it. Maybe they feel like they can't talk about it.
Right.
Maybe maybe there's I feel like there's some kind of taboo kind of built into it,
Yeah. And anybody that watches this, maybe they can relate. Maybe they can what they're talking about, I felt that way, or I know somebody that's felt that way. And so, it's a good outlet for us.
Right.
Chance for it. We can hang out. We can talk about our struggles. We can talk about the other struggles that people go through. And like I said, to try to shine some light on some things and help give some people some hope.
Right. And then again, normalizing it. So maybe like you said, maybe we're having conversations that somebody else wishes they could have, or making it normal. Like, hey, okay, it's okay. They're talking about it. Maybe I could talk about it.
Right. But even if they don't want to talk about it, if they just hear how maybe they hear how they felt, and they're like, okay, well, this is normal, or there's nothing wrong with me, or
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I'm not the only one. Yeah.
Right. Letting them know that they're not broken. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a one-off. It's like, hey, most people that you see are dealing with something. You know? And a lot of times that they may think they're the only one that's dealing with it. Maybe they're living their life wrong, or maybe they're making bad choices. But it's like, man, kind of really no matter what choice you make, you're going to have to deal with some type of conflict inside of yourself,
Yeah.
Just because the way that life's set up is definitely not set up for us to win.
Yeah. And then, of course, we're going to have, we've been best friends since 2000? So 25 years now. And
12 or something.
Yeah. So we're also, even though we've been friends for so long, how our lives have taken us, we've both experienced so much good, but also so much bad. We've been there, with each other. So, we've watched each other go through similar struggles. We've watched each other go through different struggles, and, the same thing that we're doing on here, we've done with each other. Like, hey, man,
Right.
I think, maybe this is the route, or just, hey, man, I know what you're going through because I went through this. And when I went through this was how I dealt with it.
Right. And then, we're not licensed therapists or
No.
scholars, or everything we say on here is going to be 100%.
Objective.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to. This isn't 100% fact. A lot of it's opinions.
Yeah.
But I do know it. There's been things that, like you said, that you've told me whenever I was in a dark moment that, coming out of it truly helped me,
Right.
And, I'm sure this feeling's mutual. I'm sure that there's been
Absolutely.
times that I've helped you, and maybe we can help some person we never even met before, And
Right.
Then,
And then you're going to hear Tyler talk about how, how he would come at certain situations, or have, based on his life experience, where life has took him. Like me, for example, my life is, I follow God. I'm a born again Christian. So that's why I have a Bible here and a little mini Jesus, because, I'm going off of my experience, but then also how I feel, hey, how would Christ handle this situation? And, I'm not going to get everything, word for word correct, but I'm going to go from my interpretation, my experience, and how I feel. And then this, the same thing for him, with, just how he sees it from what he's experienced, where life's taken him now.
Right. Like, again, that we're not scholars. We're not, we may say some incorrect things, and it's okay. It's all part of it. At the end of it, the reason we're sitting at this table and the reason that we're decided to even go on this journey was to try to help.
Yeah.
So,
nothing that we say will be, meant to hurt anybody or,
Right.
To cause harm or cause conflict, even if it's an opinion or maybe it's an opinion, but, hey, this is something I think, but maybe it needs further education. Maybe we got to research this more, but it's not to go against anybody or hurt anybody.
Right, and this will be on YouTube starting off, so there'll be a comment section. So feel free to chime in, and maybe you're dealing with something, and maybe you can help somebody else by leaving something down there for them to go and read. And maybe we didn't cover it fully, and you want to go a little deeper,
or maybe you just like, hey, y'all should talk about this. You send it to us, or
suggestion type deal.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And we'll consider it, read it, and good chance we'll go over it.
Maybe we can help. Maybe we can't.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll look at it and be like, I don't know if I want to do that one.
Yeah.
That's a little above my pay grade, But I guess, Happy New Year's, everybody. Seeing this in the new year.
Happy New Year. Late Merry Christmas.
And you got, the new year brings in, you got New Year's resolutions or whatever you want to call them. But I like to call them goals.
Yeah.
So I think we got a couple goals. What's some of your goals that you're looking forward to or trying to do better in? Or
well, I've had goals set for forever. Since I was a pro wrestler, and I had started eating healthy, losing weight, and things like that, and I dropped a lot of weight, and I want to get back to that because since I got married and we've had another kid, and it's real easy to fall back into the
life.
Yeah, and old habits that are fun habits, but they're old habits that I shouldn't be doing.
It's also comfortable too.
Yeah. So and then everybody operates better when they eat healthy and they work out more. So not that I'm not doing those things, I'm just not doing them as often as I should. So be more committed to the following through my commitments with the gym, with my eating, with studying my Bible, learning the Word of God, and those type of things. So just following through more with my commitments.
I feel like that's a good topic. I think everybody could probably benefit on that. I mean, we could all be a little better, like you said, especially trying to stay committed to something because, the new year comes and it's exciting and that's what everybody's doing, But I mean, starting off with the top one, with following through, that'll set you up. If you can do this one, then you should be able to do all your other ones because that's literally the foundation that you're setting for yourself. So.
Yeah. When I was in wrestling, Luke Hawks taught me that probably the biggest tool is discipline. Discipline's going to always be that's going to be always because you're going to come to those points of, man, I just don't want to do this, or I'm tired today, or it's easier just to eat this today. It's like, no, discipline. Right. And then the decisions become easier.
Correct. I want to say I saw some quote on something. I don't really remember who it was, but it was discipline beats talent.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's probably some cases of freak athletes that, it doesn't matter how disciplined you are, you may not ever be that. But
right.
on a broad, scope of things, somebody that's willing to put the work in and, be determined and be disciplined, you have no choice but to be better in whatever, whether it's reading books or playing video games or shooting basketball or anything,
Yeah.
So that definitely makes a lot of sense.
What about you?
Well, for me, I think, and I'm not real sure how to do it, so I guess we're going to kind of learn as we go, but I'd like to try to find a way to, and I'm not real sure how to word it, I'd like to find a way to get out of my own head. I'm not really sure if that's the correct way to explain what I'm talking about, but what I mean by it is like, maybe it's putting too much pressure on myself and making up a lot of what if statements and hopefully everything goes perfect, and I guess maybe beating myself up a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to learn how to give myself a little bit of grace like I would to other people. You know what I mean? Maybe take some of my own advice, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try to work on that. And like I said, I'm not real sure how to do that, but I mean, I guess discipline and all the things that you said, we'll figure it out along the way.
If I could give the first piece of advice on something, just something that you could try, maybe every now and then, just a quick prayer.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, Father, I'm going through a lot. Kind of want to just give it to you for a second. Can't hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Right.
Can't hurt to try.
Right. And then I guess too, falling back on the podcast, maybe me and you sitting down here and talking about the difficulties that live inside my head, maybe that'll help put it on paper, put it on video, listen to it, talk about it,
Right.
Maybe that'll help me jump out of there, because it can be scary in there sometimes. It kind of feels like it's like a constant struggle, you know what I mean? Like, even whenever things seem like they're going okay, like inside deep somewhere, you're like, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Am I showing up enough? Do I spend too much time at work? But then it's like, well, if I don't spend too much time at work, then I won't have nice things. But then it's like, well, we can go on and on and on. But
Yeah.
you get the principle
Yeah, I
of
get what you're saying.
what I'm saying. But so yeah, that's a good piece of advice. Maybe try prayer.
And I say that just because, for one, it just never it never hurts to pray. But two, I feel like that. So I call Satan the enemy, and I don't like to give him a name, but
Right.
I feel like the enemy likes to keep us pretty wound up with anxiety and stress. That's like his game. Is the battlefield is never physical; it's always mental. And I feel like whether you're a constant, committed follower, or if you're just a guy, like if he can keep anxiety built up, if he can keep stress built up, he can affect your life, he can affect your career, he can affect your marriage just by stirring up craziness. So that would be my advice on that, would be just get a little prayer in every now and then.
Yeah. Finding a way to unwind, I guess, better, because, I do live a pretty busy life, so I don't really have time to decompress.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you definitely have to find that time to rest too.
yeah. So what's some other things that you got?
I would like to strengthen we've been discussing this, strengthen my communication with my wife and kids. It's gotten a lot better. We do a lot better now, but to just continue to make that stronger, where not everything is a fight, not everything is it's just, hey, this happened. Okay, cool. Let's sit down. Let's sit down and have a discussion. Let's go ahead and figure it out now, so it doesn't become a thing later.
Right.
And then that, along with like just protecting my my family's peace, like what happens in our walls. I want that to be peaceful. I don't want things or people or whatever to try to disrupt that. This is our family. Like whatever you got going on, at your house, I love you, but handle your stuff how you handle it in your house. We'll handle the stuff how we handle it in ours, whether it's friends, family, or just people in general. Just, I want my family to like, hey, we're good and we're doing what we're doing. We don't, I want my four walls protected.
Right. And then I guess your first point was having the communication with your wife and your kids, but also have taking that communication to the next level. That'll help you in protecting your house by being able to communicate to other people in a timely manner. Not letting it fester, not letting it sit on you. Being able to try to communicate, hey, look, this is a problem. In a nice way, not a confrontational way, because as soon as it gets confrontational, everybody looks like an idiot,
Yeah.
So trying to keep that clear head with that communication, I feel like that'll also help you, protect your family's peace, and setting boundaries for people, and understanding, who they are and what they are. And,
Yeah.
I think that'll definitely help you out a lot there. The communication. I mean, I think we all could probably work on communication.
Yeah, absolutely.
because everybody's so quick to be defensive and
React.
feel like people are attacking them, because it's also difficult with you that you're trying to be a better communicator, but if you're communicating with a person that doesn't want to be a better communicator, then you also have to, as a communicator, realize like, oh, okay, this person doesn't truly want to be at peace with me. They want conflict.
Yes,
so.
yeah. 'Cause sometimes you have to just accept that, like, sometimes there's people that are not meaning harm. They're just, who they are. And then there's some people that, like, there's nothing that you're going to say to them.
Right.
Like, that's going to, like, you just have to accept, all right, this is how this person is. Cool. Now, I love you, but we're going to operate. You
Right.
operate over there, and I'm going to operate over here. And like I've said before, if you need me, call me. I'll come get you, or I'll come help you. But then you operate back where you are, and I'll be over here, because I have to keep the peace in my four walls.
Right. And yeah, I mean, we could, I believe we could probably have a whole episode on communication, because that's pretty much key to literally this whole entire operation that we're doing. I mean, if you don't have communication, then you're not really trying,
Right.
So there's a difference between fixing a problem and winning an argument. What are you trying to do?
Right.
But
I'm trying to win.
I mean,
I'm trying to win. I'm just playing.
that kind of goes against the communication.
I know.
But I mean, as long as you know what you want, then I guess that's clear heads will prevail.
What do you say? You're the main character in your game.
Yeah, it's just your story's about you, bud. You're the main character of your own life. I'm just a side character. But continuing on with our goals, I guess. I would also like to continue to stay positive and try to block away as much negativity as I can. And I say continue because I've been implementing this. It wasn't just this year. But I'm not perfect at it. I still fall victim. Like, my first point I made, I live inside my head, and it's negative in there a lot. But outwardly, you try to be positive, because in my life I've noticed that your brain or your life or whatever you want to call the world and everything in it, like whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. If you're looking for, like, man, my life just works out, everything works out, then you train yourself to see all of the times that it worked out, But if you're like, man, everything goes wrong, everything's always wrong, and then you're looking and you're going to find plenty of reasons why it all went wrong,
Right. I don't know if anybody else can hear this, but if you can, that is my baby crying.
That's part of it, man. That's all part of it. The beauty of life,
Yeah.
But
no, I'm with you though. I think because I try to also operate like that, and I think what's good is we both have really good wives. We both got really good kids, but then we work together, and like now we're going to do this podcast together, and we've known each other for so long. So I guess where I get a little bit of a cheat on that is not that you're sitting there holding me accountable, but sometimes it's like, I'm glad I have that person that's there that I'm like, yeah, you know what? We're going to have a positive outlook. And that, if I was, just being negative, just, we all have bad days, but like if there was like a point where it was like, hey, you need to stop.
Right.
I'm around that person that's like, hey, bud. And
Right.
that accountability factor kicks in there.
Well, not only accountability factor too. I mean, yes, but also too, like, to add to that, like if you're the what's the word? Just the power of saying it. You know what I mean? Like if ever we're in a situation and let's just say that you're being somewhat negative or down about a situation, I can just be like, hey man, that's not how we do. You get to do this, or you don't have to. You get to, and it's just a simple thing. I'm not being confrontational. I'm not being rude. It's just like we're playing,
Right, exactly.
But then all that it just clicks for you, and you're just like,
yeah, you're right.
I guess, because I guess the way that I look at those situations is like either way you're gonna have to do it. There's nothing you're still going to do it. So do you want to do it and be happy, or do you want to do it and be pissed?
Right.
But either way, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you might as well be happy about it, regardless of how negative or how bad it may seem.
Right. That's always good to operate, and not that I have to do this, is I get to do this.
Yeah, that's helped me out a lot.
Because, we get to go to work. There are people that don't have jobs, or we get to provide for our families. There are people that don't get to do that.
Right. And like, yeah, the get to, it really changes your focus on everything, man. Like, cause
Some people that don't get to do a podcast.
there's some people that don't get to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people out there in the world that you something that may seem so bad and so negative to you might be their everything.
Right.
And the fact that we wake up every day with the ability to go to work and to have a family and have a job and have careers and aspirations and goals and all those positive things. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Life beats you down. It really does. And it's very, very easy to slip into the woe is me and be the victim. Like, it's super easy to do that. But
just remember how blessed you really are.
for sure, like if you really stop and start looking at, like, again, you're gonna find what you're looking for. If you stop, and however bad your situation may currently be, you stop and you look back on the last 365 days. I mean, of course, there's gonna be certain situations with people are dealing with everything different, but majority of the time, if you look back on that year, you're gonna realize that there was a lot of things that happened. It may have been spread out, but there's a lot of things to be thankful for that you got to do.
Absolutely.
But I think it's just easier for the human nature to connect to the negative things because they're always so much more impactful.
Yeah.
Because the positive thing was, like, you woke up, you didn't have to do that. You got to wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not always guaranteed for everybody, and that's easy to look past, and that's eady to take for granted because it happens every day.
Yeah, and I actually make a point that whenever I pray in the morning, typically that's the first thing I say is, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for the air in my lungs.
Yeah, I mean but that it's definitely easier to.
It's easier to do that when you don't have anything bad happening in that moment too.
Right. But then when the bad does come, it just seems like it just gets on top of you and just doesn't let you go.
Yeah.
So you have to make that conscious decision to be like, you know what, this does suck, and it is not going exactly how I want it to go, but I'll be damned. I'm going to make the best of it, and I'm going to smile, and we're going to continue on, and we'll see what happens.
You know what that is?
What's that?
Discipline.
Perseverance. Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to try to wrap this one up. I mean, kind of went into a little bit about ourselves and what we got going on in our lives and moving forward. I'm excited to see where it goes, man.
Yeah, and this is the first of many, and we hope that people tag along for this, and
right.
We enjoy hanging out with each other, and we're gonna enjoy making these videos. We're gonna, if we help one person,
right?
I mean,
just bear with us and grow with us because we're all new at this, and we're no experts at any of the technical stuff that goes on, but we'll figure it out. I mean, the main purpose of what we're doing is just trying to bring positivity, trying to bring help, trying to bring bringing out that the thing that usually lives inside of you that people may be scared of or may not know about it. Let's bring all that out. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's make it normal.
Let's fix it.
I don't know if we're gonna fix it, but we're gonna try. Again, you got to do it. Just be positive about it, and hopefully positive stuff will follow it. And I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
So
this is great.
Look forward to hearing from y'all in the comment section. Let us know. Did we do good? Did we do bad? You got anything you wanted us to talk about? We're new at this, so we'll try to get you as much content, episodes, or however you want to do it or call it. But yeah, I guess that'll be it.
Yeah. God loves you. We love you. Stay blessed.
It's just wonderfully difficult. Peace.